Talking about finishing techniques for the foot lock, straight ankle lock today. We worked on entries into single leg X, including a top secret one that we will not show on video. And from here, you start securing this foot and take down to either side, lifting my hips up off the ground, connecting my knee to my shin or the back of my calf, somewhere between the heel and the knee here, wherever it hits based on the size of my legs and the size of my training partners. And then I can direct him this way and break him down, or this way and push, breaking him down. But we're not focusing on the sweep. We did that last time. Right now we want to look at the finishing details for this foot lock, which is IBJJF legal, even in the gi for all white belts as long as you're an adult. So a lot of people are now kind of going past straight foot locks. I mean, they're always there, but it's kind of like the classic and everybody's ready to move on to heel hooks, toe holds, knee bars, all that stuff when it becomes available in no-gi tournaments. But if we really put some attention into finishing these properly, then they're still a very effective submission. So let's go over some of the details that wiser men have told me over the years that really helped me with these. And the first is choking down on the back. We don't want to be up here. We're going to be all the way at the end. So when I first grab this, I get my forearm kind of midway. The ideal point to put on the back of his leg is where the muscle meets the bone here. That'll be different for each of you, but on my long arm, it's right about here. I don't want to be right down here because that looks a big gap on the side of his leg. I don't want to be way over here because even though it feels real secure, this part of my arm is a little bit softer and I want it to be uncomfortable. So I get there kind of midway. As soon as I get it, I'm grabbing this as if I was trying to put my thumb all the way up onto my chin, lifting it up high, and then I extend until his foot catches my arm. I want to lock his foot, not try to choke his calf. So I extend all the way back here. I'm keeping my legs closed as much as possible. Some people use this instep on the same leg, but if you can practice doing it on the far leg, it gives you better control when your opponent rolls. So first we go all the way back and we've got this position appropriately. Then I want to start drawing my elbows and my shoulder blades back. So I'm pinching my shoulder blades, drawing my elbow back behind me, and I'm already getting pressure on the foot before I'm even really trying to crank it hard. So here, all the way back onto the foot, lifting the hand up high, shoulder blades pinched together, drawing my elbow back, and then I start arching my back, looking over my shoulder, normally the one that's down if I'm down on this foot, same side I'm locking on, right? Foot's on this side, looking over the shoulder, as if I'm trying to back flip. Over the shoulder here, and that applies a lot of pressure as I arch my back. I have to be mindful to not let him get any controls when I'm here. If he can reach up and grab a sleeve or a collar, he can relieve a lot of the pressure here because that pulls my arm away from the foot that I want to crush. So when this really gets done well, and one of the two people who really helped me with this were Harlan Burke and Joel Tudor. They were just foot lock all the time, and I eventually just started trying to counter foot lock instead of being scared as soon as it happened. And they first let me know that, you know, normally when your foot gets popped, it's not that dangerous. That's not medical advice, don't take it as that. But most of the time, 1-2 pops on the foot, you're fine a couple days later. It's not totally devastating. When you're training, you can tap as soon as it's tight, as soon as it starts to hurt. You don't have to suffer through it. But give yourself a little time to try to counter foot lock. And when you're working on this finish, these details are important. We don't want to just go way back here and then just arch our back and pull as hard as we can. That's not as effective as lining up the arm properly under the leg, choking all the way down to the foot till the heel is impacting on my forearm, pulling the thumb up toward the chin, pinching the shoulder blades, drawing the elbows back behind us, arching the back, looking over the shoulder. And the final finishing move on this, if I'm not getting it there, I drop down and I forcibly push my rib cage down into the foot to compound the foot into my arm and then into the mat. So I've got a nice stack. Mat, arm, foot, ribs. And I push it all together. And when Joel used to do this to me, I felt like my whole foot, all the bones were just turning to powder right away. He's like, here, he's like, I didn't even do it yet. Boom. And you just get it, crush it into the mat, and right away it's painful. So those finishing details make this a lot more effective. Come on over here, Angel. Please. Sorry, I'm going to boss around. So start right here. Inner Ashigarami, this is our basic entry point. Most foot locks and leg attacks start here. Same thing, leg on the middle of the forearm, making a fist, grabbing that fist with my other hand, keeping my legs connected here to make it harder for him to hop up and come over into mount, keeping him away. This heel on the hip is important because it keeps it legal for BJJF. If I reap his knee by crossing my foot over his center line or pointing the toe over that way, I can get disqualified. If he screams, "Ow, my knee," that's it, DQ'd. So I don't want to reap there, so I keep it here, and I use his foot to keep him pushed away. As he starts to sit toward me and grab my collar or my sleeve, I use my feet there to push him away. And I need to extend to finish this move. So, forearm properly aligned to the back of the leg, gripping the fist, lifting it up high, pinching my shoulder blades together, knee pressed to my other leg, draw my elbows back, and I'm already getting pressure. If I need to beyond there, I stack everything together, crush it into the ground, look over my shoulder, arch my back, and pull. This isn't an ideal set situation. Person's sitting still, letting you footlock them. You're gonna finish this almost every time. When they're struggling and resisting and defending, it's a lot harder. But if you use all of those steps for finishing in combination, it makes it a lot more effective in my experience. Your mileage might vary, but that tends to work really well for me. So try to focus on all those things. Line up the leg properly on the arm, hold the hand up high to the chin, pinch the shoulder blades, draw the elbows back, lay on top of the foot, crush it with your body weight, look over the shoulder, use your legs to keep the person away from you, extend, arch your back, pull it off. Full foot, just bring it straight off. Any questions? 1, 2, 3.